Welcome, Bookmatic lifelong learners and everyone who is new to this channel. Last year, I filmed a video at the very end of the year called 12 Lessons for Life in 2019 and beyond. Link it right up here. This year, I'm going to approach this video a little bit different. What I want to focus on are the 5 major lessons that I learned in my personal business growth as kind of a new entrepreneur, and I want to pass those tips on to you. Anyone out there who is building their own business or building their brand online will benefit from watching this video. So make sure that you are subscribed to this channel for future videos, and let's get straight into the video. So I know 2020 was a very tough year for a lot of people, but it was also a very advantageous year for many people too. So regardless of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have to look at the bright side. We have to look at the positive side of life. I learned a whole lot this year, and I want to share the things that I learned with you. Launching my own online course and now a mentorship program. These experiences have been very life-changing and eye-opening, and I know that in the future these things will grow. Many other things might sprout out of this experience. So yeah, let's get into the very first tip that I have for you today, first lesson that I have for you that you should definitely implement in your business. So, and life actually. So the very first tip is the 80-20 focus. Now, I read the book by Richard Koch, the 80-20 principle, and I also read Essentialism by Greg McKeown. Now, both of these books had a pretty big impact in my life, in my business. And so basically you need to focus your 100% energy on the things you know are going to get you the results, basically. Because like, for example, if you're posting on Instagram regularly, but you're just posting and you have no other purpose other than I want to get more followers. Getting followers is definitely a good thing, but if that's your only focus, then you're a little bit lost, to be honest. So really the focus is on getting those 100% results in a 20% effort. So taking, for example, I want people to sign up for my online course. So posting on Instagram constantly is not necessarily going to get me that result. What is going to get me that result is building up the relationships with the individual people who are my target market. So I'm going to put my energy on those 20% of the people of my total following, people that would really benefit from my online course, and focus on those people. How? By focusing on them in the DMs, in the comments. This is just talking about Instagram, by the way, but could be applied to any platform or even in real life. So focusing by building up a relationship with them, building up a rapport with those people by talking with them in an authentic voice, a real voice, your own voice, not a salesman voice or anything like that, right? So you build up these relationships with these people, and then you can invite them on a call, talk with them, show them the benefits of your online course or your service, and hopefully they become a customer, right? So that's the approach that I've been taking with this 100% focus on the 20% of the result, the things that's going to get me the results. So yeah, and also I've made a transition over to like YouTube and things like that. Like, whereas before I didn't post on YouTube regularly. Like it might be 3 weeks or even a month or even 2 months before I would post on YouTube. So now I'm digging down and focusing on YouTube because I know that YouTube can also get me results, right? Even if it's just making more connections with people. So, number one rule for you to follow in 2021 and beyond is 100% focus on the things that are actually going to get you the results. Number two, you have probably heard the phrase, if you build it, they will come. Well, I personally don't think that that's really true. In a sense, it's true. It depends, right? If you build it, they won't come unless, what is that unless? Well, if you have a really strong platform, like I've seen a lot of other people with a really strong platform on Instagram with 100,000+ followers, and they did not release like any sort of service or product or anything like that until they hit that many followers on Instagram. And their services have been going very well. Maybe it wouldn't is not as impactful as they thought it might have been, but definitely it's easier for someone with 100,000 followers to get a good trust with people than it is with someone with maybe 10,000 followers on Instagram. So if you build up a platform and you build up trust with people, no matter how many followers you have, if you have that trust with people, then they will become your loyal followers and your customers in the future. If you build an online course or a service and you launch it out there and you expect people to come to you and sign up for your course right away, you may be wrong. That's why you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work to help people realize that you are trustable. And you actually need to go out there and contact people, like I was saying before, messaging people, building up the trust with people so that they know that you are not there just to take their money. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is to help and to give. This focus on just thinking that people will come to you after you've built something that you think is fantastic is not necessarily true. You need to actually show people that your product is worthy of their time and investment, because people's time and investment and money is very important to them. In fact, it's probably the two most important things for most people. One more aspect to this that I want to mention, and that is don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask to make the sale, so to say. Because if you are expecting people to come to you and they don't, it's partly because you're not asking, or you're not asking in the right way. You might take the strategy of posting constantly on Instagram or YouTube and talking about your service, and that's all you talk about. People will tune you out because they just look at you as like an advertisement. Whereas if you're posting value without, asking people directly, hey, sign up for my service, sign up for my online course, buy my book, whatever it may be. If you're adding value to those people, they will realize you are trustable. So there's definitely more that goes into building a service or a brand or a product, whatever it may be. There's a whole lot that goes into it. And I just want to say this one little aspect, that you do need to put in the work. And if you're just expecting people to come to you, it may not happen. So just realize that, and always try and look for new ways to approach your problem, new ways to approach your service, new ways to market it. Like I've marketed my online course in many different ways because I want to look for and experiment on different ways that I can reach out to people, different ways to connect The course doesn't really change except for all the things that I might add into it, like new lessons. So that doesn't really change. But the way that I try to reach out to people changes a little bit, right? So I'm always trying to look for all these different ways. And I think you should be too, if you have a service out there that you are trying to reach new people with. And the very third thing that I have for you that you can apply in 2021 and beyond is taking advantage or using your network and building your network. Because if you think about it, your network is very important. If you think about all the successful people out there, whether they're teachers or whether they're politicians, presidents, or business owners, if you think about all these different people, they probably would not be where they are today without the network that they have. So network is extremely important. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of people in your network, as long as the people that are in your network are people that can help you and you can help them. So here's another takeaway from the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch. I felt like it was a very, very impactful takeaway. So let me read it to you. So in order to have a successful network of people or a successful person that can help you out and you can help them out, you need these 5 aspects. Okay, so the 5 aspects are mutual enjoyment. You have something in common with that person. Without that commonality, then maybe your friendship with that person would fall apart. All of these 5 kind of play together. So the second one is respect. Of course, you need to respect the person. If you don't respect them and they don't respect you, then how can you build up a powerful relationship with them? The third is shared experience. So you maybe experienced a similar pain, or you want to solve a similar problem. You have a similar purpose. You have this shared experience. So you grow together through that shared experience. And you can use that shared experience to push your friendship forward. And the fourth one here is reciprocity. This one's extremely important. You have probably experienced someone in your life where they kept on asking you for money or asking you for your time, but never gave any of it back to you. This is the type of person that you wouldn't want to build up a partnership with. So the type of person that you want to build up a partnership with is someone that is going to give and also be willing to receive. You need to do that too. If you are not giving and you're just taking, you will lose your friendships over time. This is the one that a lot of people forget about. The more genuine and genuous you are, the more that person will appreciate you. And if they are giving back to you, fantastic. And the last one here is trust. Of course, if you don't trust the person, then why try and build up a partnership with them? Why have a friendship with them if you don't trust them? Okay, so these takeaways are amazing. And I believe that if we implement and build up our network and really nurture our network, then we can go many places. Without that network, we cannot really have the reach that we need in order to spread our service or our product. So always be looking for collaborations with people, even if it's not a partnership, so to say, but it's a collaboration with another influencer or even if it's a competitor. You guys help each other out. And if they fit into these 5 categories, perfect. That's some sort of collaboration that could happen many times over the coming years, helping each other out. Number 4 here is a lesson that I learned this year, very important lesson from my mentor. And he was saying that if you are not selling, serve your existing clients. So really, I mean, like, Like, for example, if it's Christmas time, which is close to Christmas right now at the time of filming this, um, if you are having a hard time to sell to people because, well, maybe they're focused on buying presents for their family and their friends, or maybe they're just, focusing on the holidays, time with family, it's kind of a hard time to sell. So think about any other time during the year when it's like that, maybe during the holidays or maybe the economic crisis or something like that. Then what you can do and should do is the time that you're not spending selling, focus on your existing clients and give them your all. Give them your all the time that you have available for that to them. That doesn't mean that you can't sell, but it just means that your energy is focused on what really, really matters. Because in the end, if you give that person all of your service and you help them to feel appreciated and give them the best product you can ever give them, the return is going to be amazing, because after they're done with your service, or they know that you've given them a good service, they're probably going to refer other people to you. So this is really important, to give the best service you possibly can, and that doesn't mean that that you're not giving it when you're selling a lot. Of course, you're still giving best service at any time, but sometimes you can give more at certain times in your life, especially if you're a little bit less busy than other times. So yeah, I thought this was a really good takeaway for this year, and one that you can also apply in your life. And the very last one I have for you today is always look for ways that you can adopt, add, adapt, iterate your existing services, and even add levels, different levels of services. Because, not everyone has the amount of money you wish they had to invest in your service or your product. So one thing that has been brought to my attention, that, hey, I can have different levels. So like before, I was only focusing on one level, online course. That was it, right? So now that I've learned this lesson, I've been able to add 3 different levels to my services. So one of them is like a high ticket price, where I can give my all out service to that person and meet them every single week and help them out as much as I possibly can. The middle service is not as intensive, but still I'm there to help the person out, meeting once a month. And the last one, the lowest one, is just the online course by itself with email support. So each one is at a different level. And so it incorporates the ability for people that may not have enough money to get that highest service. They can maybe get the middle one, or maybe they can get the lowest one. And each one still has high value. So that's something that you could take a look at in whatever service or product you have, and look for ways that you can adapt and iterate your product to fit the client's needs. That's the most important thing you need to look for. It's what can you do to fit your client's needs? Each person is going to be different. Each person is going to be different. So of course you cannot make a product that fits all. Just like a book, right? An author writes a book, it cannot be changed. Not everyone is going to like that book. But with a service, especially like a mentorship or coaching, that can be easily adapted and changed to fit the client. So I realize that most of these tips have to do with the service industry, but of course you can try and adapt some of these. And like tip number 3 here about the networking, anyone can use that, right? And even if it's not service based, like maybe it's a product based, you can still try and adapt some of these things for 2021 and beyond. So I really hope that you were able to learn a whole lot from this video. I and every single person is on a journey of learning, of adapting, of changing. So next year at the end of 2021, when I make another video like this, there are going to be a whole lot of new adaptations to this. I could even write a whole blog post about it, which if I do, I hope that you are able to read that. I will include a link to my newsletter down below. So if you want to subscribe to my newsletter and the blog updates for any of these types of things, then feel free and do that. There's a whole lot of value in that. Plus you get a free PDF of my favorite books and 10 fundamental reading strategies. So check that one out. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I hope you all have a happy new year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Best of luck for 2021 and beyond. And thank you so much for watching this video. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. Also follow my other social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more valuable content. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.